you an established small business owner or aspiring entrepreneur? Would you like professional advice to help your business grow and succeed? Well, look no further. The Virgin Islands Small Business Development Center is the territory's #1 resource to move your business forward. Enjoy no-cost advising, low-cost training, and technical assistance from experts in both the public and private sectors. The VISBDC is nationally accredited and sustained by the University of the Virgin Islands and the U.S. Small Business Administration. Visit us at our locations on St. Thomas, St. John, or St. Croix, and follow us on social media at VISBDC. For easy access to all our training and networking events, be sure to join our newsletter and download the VISBDC app. The Virgin Islands Small Business Development Center, here to help your business start, grow, and succeed.
Hi, good morning, everyone. I bring you greetings on behalf of the VISBDC network. In the world of government contracting, you don't get 30 minutes to pitch your business. You get about 6 seconds. This is exactly how long a procurement officer spends looking at your capability statement before deciding if you're a pro or an amateur. Today, we're going to make sure those 6 seconds count. Today's webinar, Your Business ID, is about building a capability statement that doesn't just list what you do, but proves that you are the low-risk, high-value solution the government is looking for. Allow me to introduce today's lead presenter, VI Apex State Director, Frank Dixon. Mr. Frank Dixon is the State Director for the Virgin Islands Apex Accelerator, formerly known as the VIP TAC, and currently serves as the National Apex Accelerator Alliance, better known as NAICS, President. Mr. Dixon has 8+ years with the Apex Accelerator Program, formerly serving as the Connecticut State Director. He is a decorated U.S. Army military veteran with 20+ years, providing senior-level strategic planning, leadership, and labor management, holding numerous roles in various industries such as military, defense contracting, aerospace, automotive, manufacturing, business ownership, nonprofit, and higher education. Mr. Dixon has a formal certification in contract negotiations from the Matford Group and degrees in business administration and engineering and operations management. Here's a friendly reminder to place your questions in the chat, and they will be addressed by the presenting team either directly in the chat or later during our question and answer segment. A copy of today's presentation will be attached to the post-survey email after this live session. We encourage you to take a few minutes of your time to briefly fill out the survey that lets us know how we are doing. This data is essential to us rendering these deliverables complimentary to you. So without further ado, Mr. Dixon, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Sharika, and thank you again to the Virgin Islands Small Business Development Center as we continue to grow our partnership, assisting the businesses in the territory and abroad on fully understanding how to build your regular business acumen and your government contracting acumen. We're happy again to be able to participate in these webinar sessions because our #1 goal collectively is to assist these businesses grow and provide, the economic impact that's needed. Today's session is building a government-friendly capability statement. Often we have capability statements that outline our business, but there's a different way you want to put a capability statement together when it comes to getting into government contracting. And we're going to talk about the various ways to do that. We're going to make them simple, clean, measurable, quantitative, things of that nature. So we're going to go through what the Virgin Islands Apex Accelerator offers and Apex in general. And then we're going to get into our core presentation. And at any time, please feel free to visit our website at www.viapex.org. Who are we at the Virgin Islands Apex Accelerator? We offer free government contracting services to businesses looking to sell their products and services to the federal, state, and local governments. The VI Apex Accelerator, we're 100% funded by the federal government via the U.S. Department of Defense Office of Small Business Programs Office. We fall currently under the umbrella here in the territory of the University of the Virgin Islands, and we help the Virgin Island businesses compete in government marketplace. There are 90 plus Apex accelerators throughout the United States and territories, all of the territories as well. And as Sharika mentioned, we have our National Association of Apex Accelerators, which includes about 90 centers, like I mentioned, and over 600 advisors helping businesses around the country in government contracting needs. On average, our Apex accelerators around the country, we touch around 60,000 businesses. In the last few years, annually, these businesses have won over $70 billion in federal, state, local contracts and subcontract awards at no cost. Some of our key services at the Virgin Islands Apex Accelerators, we assist businesses in contract administration. We help you review a proposal. We help you respond to that proposal and help if you win a proposal, we help you ensure that you can you're fully on board with understand the procedures and the deliverables after that. Clients of ours do not expire. If you are continually using our service, we ask for regular conversations with you, and we will continue to keep in our database and move forward. Like we do one-on-one counselings, we do it in person, we do it virtually. If your site has the proper accommodations, we can come to your site and do the counseling there. We do ask that you have, proper Wi-Fi, computer access, things of that nature. We assist our businesses with system of awards management, the number one entry point, the main entry point into doing business with the federal government, either grants or contracts. Although the Apex accelerators do not assist in the grant side, you cannot move forward in government contracting as a prime contractor without being registered in SAM.gov and receiving your UEI, unique entity identifier, and your CAGE code. We help you understand the PIEE system. That's the payment system that the federal government uses if you want to invoice or get paid and things of that nature, and assist with various state registrations, not just the Virgin Islands. We assist our businesses do business in any government capacity. Maybe you want to do get a contract, bid on a contract with the city of Seattle or ALA or Atlanta. We assist you in all those capacities, city, state, and federal. We assist our clients also understand subcontracting opportunities. Maybe you don't want a direct contract, but we help provide and educate and train you how to make yourself amenable to and solicit yourself to prime contractors so to be ready for subcontract awards. There are percentages of dollar amounts that contractors, prime contractors have to subcontract on the federal side. So we want to make sure that our clients are best positioned to be able to solicit themselves to do that. And one way is we want to make sure that our capability statement is in order. We have an internal bid match algorithm that we use with our clients, that we put in your industry codes, preferably your NAICS codes, your North American Industry Classification System codes, or either your product service codes or federal service codes and keywords, and we go out and search the geographic area or the states that you would like to do business in, and it will find those opportunities out there if they're listed in the virtual world, and those opportunities are emailed directly into your inbox. We provide education, training, webinars like today, seminars. We assist businesses understand the cybersecurity requirements in government contracting. More notably, your CMMC, which is a model that's widely used, mandatory for the most part with Department of Defense contracts, but it's expanded throughout the government. And help you understand FOCI requirements, foreign ownership, control, and influence. And that aspect, because there are certain stipulations if the majority of your company is owned by a foreign entity or have a foreign entity have certain stake in your company, you might not be eligible or you might need to disclose that when you're going after certain government contracts. So we look at 360-degree aspect of assisting you, evaluating your business, your capacity, your capability, and helping you understand and building your government contract enactment to move forward. Some major things that we assist you with, if you fall within some of the socially and economically requirements of certification on the federal side or state side, like your women-owned small business certifications, we assist you with that. Your veteran, your 8A, your hub zone, your mentor protege. The entire Virgin Islands is a hub zone. And we help you understand if your business fits within that requirement. It's not just geographically being located in a hub zone, but there's a percentage of your employees that also have to live within a hub zone. And we dissect all of that and best position you to understand which certifications you can go after. And these certifications are valuable because they do have contracts or proposals that are out there just set aside for those particular certifications. And it also helps you be a little bit more inviting for prime contractors looking to subcontract some of that work out as to meet some of those requirements. We assist you with capability statement. And we make it sure it's a government-friendly one. We have templates that we use. We'll talk about that a little bit more as we get into our presentation. And we also serve as that conduit between our clients, agencies, prime contractors. Often agencies or primes will contact our offices directly looking for certain businesses because they know Apex Accelerator clients are registered. They have advisors that can assist them in understanding government contracting, and they serve and we serve as that education arm between businesses and government contracting. Let's talk about some of the general requirements for being an Apex Accelerator client before we get into capability statement. We want you to be a registered for-profit business or innovator. If you have an innovative product or something that fits within some of the dynamic needs that the government is looking for, Department of Defense is looking for, then we are like in an emerging market, then we'll work with you on understanding how to move that forward and be able to expose that. We prefer you to be headquartered in the U.S. Virgin Islands territory because we have Apex accelerators in every state and territory, and we try to keep it regional, but we are open to helping businesses understand how to do business in the Virgin Islands as well. Have applicable technical knowledge and capacity. You have to be a little bit computer savvy. You have to really understand how to have the basic aptitude to be able to read through contracts and things of that nature. Have a past performance history of selling a product and service. It's very hard to get into government contracting if you've never sold anything before. Or we will assist you understand how to use your past performance history, maybe in corporate, to use that to build your technical representation when you're going after contracts. Have a valid email address and internet access. And you want to go and register your business with at viapex.org. So those are some of the general requirements and services that we offer with the Virgin Islands Apex Accelerator. We have 3 offices. We're located at Innovation Center in St. Thomas, the Marketplace in St. John, and in Peters Rest area in St. Croix, co-located with the Small Business Development Center. All right, let's get into today's presentation overview and agenda. And we're going to hold off to the end to ask any questions, as Sharika will be fielding those. Today's presentation will cover the purpose, structure, strategies that we're going to use when putting together a capability statement purposefully and being able to market your business to grow in government contracting. Our agenda, we're going to talk about capability statements for your business. Why? What should you have in your capability statement, and how to market that capability statement. So your capability statement is used in different ways, and why we want to have a capability statement, especially on the government contracting side. It's your marketing tool for your business. It's that door opener for your business, and you want to be able to use that simple, clean, measurable percentage, accomplishments, certifications, things of that nature. It's used as that door opener into new agencies, right? Sometimes it's required when there's a solicitation. They might want you to attach your capability statement. And some prime contractors prefer you to email them a capability statement, especially when you're soliciting them with an elevator pitch email to maybe partnership or do business with them. It also provides an overview of your qualifications and certifications, sets you apart from your competition, when crafted correctly, and we provide hands-on tutorage with being able to do that when we put your capability statement together. And it shows a proof of past performance, a noted proof of past performance. So when we're looking at, a door opener introduction, it can begin to build that relationship, right? Obtain decision maker meetings when you're soliciting to be able to provide that, because people who are making these decisions to be able to meet with potential vendors or contractors, they have a short amount of time to review that. So that's why you want your capability statement to be clean, simple, measured, and memorable, right? And sometimes it's required, like I mentioned, in RFPs when you're responding. We advise our clients a lot of times to put a version of your capability statement on your website, preferably in a downloadable PDF. So when people are searching, government entities search your website. They look at your LinkedIn page. They look at any blogs that you might be participating in. So we want to make sure that where your business footprint is virtually, that it shows government entities or prime contractors with contracts looking for partners and subcontractors, that they have the ability to be able to understand who you are, right, from things of that nature. Where do we want to use this and when to use it? We want to use your capability statement in trade shows, matchmaking events, industry days, right? And like I mentioned, we want to add it to your website. Maybe you want to put one section on your website that just says government. And then under that particular page, it has a PDF of that you can download your capability statement. You also want to put in that page your CAGE code, your NAICS code, any certifications that you might have, things of that nature as well. And you want to make sure that when we are soliciting your capability statement in an email, and the Apex Accelerators assist you to do this, put together a meaningful, purposeful, and I keep saying those words, meaningful, purposeful verbiage in your elevator pitch, along with your capability statement when you're soliciting for partnerships, teaming agreements, subcontracting opportunities. Let's look at the structure of a capability statement. The first thing we want to do is call it a capability statement. We don't want your logo to be dominant over the word capability statement. We want everybody to know that this is a capability statement, right? We want to use bullet points, not a bunch of paragraphs that, the reader has got to figure out and go through. We don't want to make this a novel or a dissertation. We want to make it simple, clean, bulleted representation of who you are, what you're doing, where you've been, and what qualifies you to be there. Right? Use simple language, direct to the point. We assist our clients get rid of some of the jargon, right? Like we're the best engineering company. What does that mean? You can rewrite that to say words like SBA Engineering Company of the Year, or 90% in the Virgin Islands engineering customer service rating, right? What does the word best mean, right? It's a broad word, it's jargon, and we want to make sure the bullet points in your capability statement are meaningful. And some jargon that you use in your industry, it might not translate into government. So we want to make sure that the verbiage or the language on your capability statement is simple, clean, and can be understood by all, right? Right. So what are some of the other items that we want to include in your capability statement? We want to ensure your CAGE code is there. And these are government specific type of items that we're talking about. And we're talking about some of your commercial items as well. We can add those things, but that's in another section of the capability statement. Want to put your CAGE code, your UEI, say that your SAM is active. Any federal level or state codes, like what NAICS codes you might have, product service codes, federal service codes. And again, this is not too overwhelming because your Apex counselor will help you find all these codes and help you position them appropriately. And it's an easy find for your NAICS codes. You can go to your census there, North American Industry Classification System, and just punch in engineering or consulting or cyber or home health care, and then it'll come up with the appropriate NAICS codes that fit that. Your capability structure to introduce your company, right? You want to highlight the information to your audience is requesting. You might introduce yourself to 3 different companies, but they might have similar products, but different cultures. You want to make sure that your capability statement is speaking to that particular business that you're soliciting, especially when you're at trade shows. You might want to have 1 or 2 different resumes, depending on the level of company that you're dealing with or how you're soliciting that as well. Any changes in your company, we want to make sure these things are updated. We don't want to be out of date. If your CAGE code is expired and you got your CAGE code up there as active on your capability statement, they do research. You want to make sure those things are up to date. Some other aspects when you want to introduce your capability statement, right? It introduces your company, right? It identifies the point of contact, communicate what best defines your company. And these are some of the general observations when you're putting together your government-friendly capability statement that you want to ask yourself these questions. Does this appear on my capabilities? Does it answer this question from my capability statement, right? Show that you know how to talk government, define your core competencies and illustrate them with past performance. And I'm going to show you an example in the next couple of slides on what an example of what one looks like. Clearly state what sets you apart from your competition. That's called your differentiator section. What differentiates you from your competition? Maybe you all sell ice cream, but a differentiator with your ice cream is you're gluten-free, or you have 100 different flavors, or you have different sizes that your product can be sold in, right? What differentiates you? Any awards that you might have, right? And let that prime contractor or government agency know that you can talk. They can talk to you, right? That meaning make them comfortable that they see how your capability statement is structured and some of the language on it. It gives them that comfortability that you understand that you're ready to play in that world of government contracting. So what we want to do is make sure we're aligning our contracting capability statement, right, with the agency needs or that prime contractor need, right? We want to research the mission and procurement goals before you are presenting that capability statement. And you can easily do that by any company or any agency. You can go into sam.gov, research that company, and understand who they are, where they're located, what they're selling. You can go into usaspending.gov and pull up how many contracts they've won, what dollar amounts they're looking at. You can also find agencies, which agencies are actually buying a lot of your product and services. And it helps you understand how to craft your capability statement and do that independent research before you do that outreach and before you're stepping in front of someone, that you understand who they are, what they do. There's a lot of free open source databases out here that we at the Apex Accelerate can help you understand how to do that specific research, like your GSA schedule. NASPO. You can go into NASPO's website and find every state procurement agency in one location, and sometimes some cities and counties. And this is your National Association of Procurement Officers, and it's a association of all of the states and territories and how to do business in those states and cities. So that's a great link as well. And this also helps you prep if you're sitting in front of these people, that you understand who they are and what they're doing, and can help you shape and frame your capability statement and that conversation when you're soliciting them to help them be a little bit more comfortable with you. Using your capability statement to grow, right? You might want to email your capability statement to a specific office or SBLO, Small Business Liaison Officer within industry, within that major firm. That's who usually reviews and looks and evaluates a lot of businesses they're looking to bring in and do business with their company. It's called the SBLO. We assist you create an elevator pitch, right? And also we help you understand what you want to introduce yourself, say what your interests are, say what your core competencies are, and you're going to ask for a meeting. Always ask for a meeting. Too many people send an email and never ask for a meeting, a formal meeting. So we assist you understand how to put together a good, relevant elevator pitch email when you're sending your capability statement, requesting anything specific, partnership, subcontracting opportunities. It's always best sometimes too to put in that elevator pitch. If you know a client that you're looking to do business with, or a partner you're looking to do business with is on a contract already, that makes them feel extremely comfortable that you've done your due diligence in who they are. And if you're asking to be a part of that, it helps them feel a little bit more at ease when making their decisions on who they want to partner with or maybe subcontract to. Follow up, after any event, any conferences. You don't want to send an email every 3 days. You don't want to be that bothersome, but you do want to follow up. Make them remind them who you are, when you talk to them, where you met them, because these people talk to a lot of people, especially from trade shows, and they get a lot of emails. So when you're at a trade show or you're at a matchmaker, make yourself memorable in some way. And a lot of times it's by doing the due diligence before you sit down in front of that particular agency or prime contractor. Usually there's an SBLO there. Do your due diligence. Do your due diligence. Do your due diligence in who you're talking to, and make them remember who you are, right? And follow up and make sure that ask what's going on with them. What are they looking for? What are the timelines? What are their core opportunities? And if you have some of that information already, but ask them specific questions, right? When you're doing that. And we will help you in any coaching capacity as well at the Apex Accelerate to get ready for any of these particular meetings. All right. So let's take a look at this particular capability statement and just the general structure, right? We have our core overview, company overview. It explains who you are, what you do, how long you've done it, who you sell it to, right? And your geographic footprint. I do business in government, industry, to schools, to commercial entities, and located in Greater Virgin Islands area. We do business, blah, blah, blah. Let them know your geographic footprint of business, your core services, right? And any differentiators that might set you apart. It's okay to put your company logo and also any company data that you might want to put in there, as mentioned. Make sure we add our UEI as well, and any registrations, any socioeconomically disadvantaged certifications that you might have. It's very important that you are actually certified or have a certification in any of these areas. It's okay if you're a woman who owns a business, but it's different to be a woman-owned small business certified. That's come from the SBA. It's okay to be a veteran who owns a business, but it's a different thing to be a veteran-owned small business certified entity because it's a application process. Because if you're putting on your capability statement, I'm a veteran-owned small business, and you've not been certified under the SBA via the VA, because there's a process to do that, then you're misrepresenting yourself. And most people don't really understand that. You're a veteran who owns a business. That doesn't mean you're a veteran-owned small business certified. So, and we help you understand all of that mechanism and hand walk you through all the certifications and everything you might need. Right? We want to make sure we keep our design clean, simple, professional, not too many colors that are blowing people away. We don't want your logo bigger than actually what you do. It's not about you anymore. It's about what the reader is looking at. And that's why we call this a government-friendly capability statement. And most industry leaders are looking at clean, simple, measurable capability statements. We do have templates at the Apex Accelerator that we can give you, and we help our clients just transpose your current information into our template, and we will help you clean it up and review it with you and make sure that everyone's satisfied with what we have on paper. Let's talk about some general tips, right? We want to resist the temptation to share stories that are not positive or progressive in any way. We want to stay away from all of those types of woe stories, especially if you're sitting in front of someone with they usually don't get back to me, and they are not or too challenging to work with. You're sitting in front of someone, we do not want that person mind distracted with stories that challenge you in the past. It's got to be upbeat, positive when you're moving forward. You understand who they are, you're asking them what they're looking for, tell them your capacity and capability, make them remember you, and make them feel that you have that energy and capacity to help them grow. It's about them when you're sitting in front of them. What do they need? How can you help them? And make them comfortable with that. Especially contracting officers if you're sitting in front of them. And remember, being negative is a sure way to fail. We don't want them to remember you in that capacity, right? Have the right attitude, and make sure you understand this when you're sitting in front of someone or even in your capability statement. They need to know specific things: who you are, what you do, your qualifications, and your track record. That's your past performance history. And they all need to be measurable and specific to where they are. Be specific. You only have a small window of time, even in an email, for them to read your email or you're sitting in front of them. And we want your verbiage, your interactions to say that. We want also your capability statement to read that way. You want to be aggressive, right, with marketing, but not overly aggressive, right? Maybe follow up once a week, once every 2 weeks, but give them time to actually respond, right? Be dedicated to learning about the market that you're trying to get into. Understand externally what affects what you're trying to sell in the world that you're selling. Who's buying what you're selling? Who's selling what you're selling? Which companies are winning? Which agencies have the most money in that area? And we can help you at the Apex Accelerator find all of that. That way you're soliciting your business effectively and efficiently, and you're not just blanket emailing everybody and throwing your capability statement out there all over the place, right? You want to be specific with that. If the Department of the Army has got 40% more than the Department of Navy on your product and services, then you might want to put more energy into the Department of the Army or FEMA or Department of Interior or the local government or whatever state government is buying your product the most. That's where you want to do your due diligence, and we can help you do that to be able to move efficiently into that area. And you're not just blankly throwing your information out there hoping something will stick. We want to be purposeful with that, right? Again, we have another example of a government-friendly capability statement. You can see in our company overview that the company is extremely specific and specialized in who they are, what they do, where they sell it, the core competencies, the differentiators, what sets them apart, any awards. Understand your industry first. If you don't understand your industry, it's hard to understand what differentiates you with that, because there could be a plethora of people out there doing what you do, but they're all doing the exact same thing. And maybe you have one or two things that could be a little bit different. You maybe identify those things and being able to identify your company code, certifications, and past performance history. Past performance history. Who did you sell it to? When did you do it? What did you sell them? What points of contact? Maybe a simple dollar amounts as well, right? Clean, simple, to the point. And you can note your logo and your contact information as well. All right. Hopefully that wasn't too fast. We want to make sure that we got through the capability statement and give you guys a general overview of that. I know we are planning a matchmaker coming up here in the VI, tentatively planned in May, and we hope anyone with a business that will be able to come out and participate will, that save the date hopefully will be coming out soon. Our plan is to have one on St. Croix and one on St. Thomas, so stay tuned to that. So let's open it up for questions and any other aspects of the VI Apex that you might want to ask for customer services and products, and anything around the core subject today of the capability statement. Sharika, do we have any questions?
Yes, thank you for that presentation. So going straight to the chat, here's some questions. We offer sourcing and procurement services. What is the best way to search for business or agencies to offer our service to? Is there a searchable database of government agencies that I can cross-reference my products and services?
Yes. So we did briefly mention it earlier that when you say government, we want to be specific. Are you saying state governments or federal government? Right. We want to be specific as well what we're searching for. Now, if we're searching for federal government, we usually assist our clients going to usaspending.gov or the Federal Procurement Database, FPDS, and it'll show you which companies are winning in your NAICS code or your product code, how much they're winning, and you can also research and find which agencies are spending the most money in that particular area. I'm going to try to go back. Try to go back here and find that slide. So it's usaspending.gov. Okay. I don't know why I can't go back, Sharika. Hold on 1 minute. Okay. So these are a couple of areas to find that. And you can actually go into sam.gov and filter based on your industry code or a keyword. And you can say, I want awarded contracts. And you can be specific with dates. And it'll show you the companies that's been awarded these contracts under that NAICS code. Or you can go in this usaspending.gov and put in a NAICS code or a product, filter it by year, and it'll show you who's winning. And you can also find which agencies in the federal government has the most money under that NAICS code or have been spending the most money under that NAICS code, and who's been winning under your particular product and service NAICS code. And those things are more efficiently done if you contact your Apex Accelerator advisor, and we can walk you through how to do that. And with any state agencies, you can go into NASPO and find out which states, what they're awarding, who's winning, things of that nature as well. Those are some of the general ways to do that.
Thank you. And we have a follow-up question. Will it also show current open bids and opportunities?
Yes.
Here's another question. Is there a list of prime contractors in the USVI that we can contact or read upon?
So you can go into sam.gov again, as I mentioned, filter by USVI, Virgin Islands, St. Thomas, and it'll show you the list of companies that are winning contracts in the Virgin Islands. I also have a database of contractors that are winning, that are located here in the USVI, and I'm in contact with them often when I'm looking to match up some of my clients with them and their needs. And again, all of these questions on the federal side, you can find bid opportunities, filter by awards, filter by who's winning, filter by the government opportunities that are out there, federal government opportunities out there, find out how to do pricing, all of those things. But I highly advise, if you're a novice in this, even if you have general knowledge, that you contact one of us at Apex Accelerator to help you maneuver through that.
Thank you for that. Would it be possible to get that list for USVI prime contractors to review, or is that more of an internal document?
That's not going to be shared. I'm sorry about that. So I can help you, assist you how to find it. Yes.
Okay, thank you. And we had someone stating sam.gov also shows open bids. Is that correct?
Correct. Yes.
Awesome.
That's one of the core competencies outside of registering to do business with the federal government.
Alrighty, I don't see any hands raised or any additional questions at this time.
Okay. All right, all right. Thank you guys again for today. Always a pleasure, Sharika, with working with you guys there at Virgin Islands Small Business Development Center. Again, I ask if you want to improve your government contracting knowledge, you're really looking to expand your business in government contracting 360-degree, please go visit our website at www.viapex.org and apply for assistance, and one of our counselors will get back to you in a timely manner. Again, my name is Frank Dixon. I'm the state director for the Virgin Islands Apex. And we have Gideon Jagrup, who sits in our St. Croix office, and Jamari Clark, who sits in our St. Thomas office. So thank you guys again.
All right, and you pretty much answered this question. Who can we send our capability statements to for review?
If you're a current client, you've already had contact with an advisor. So please contact your advisor. If you're a new client, if you're a new person looking for government contracting assistance, please fill out one of our applications. We'll get back to you to review that.
All righty. Thank you so much for reiterating that. Great presentation, Mr. Dixon. Thank you for the information and the assistance. They're
Anytime.
giving in the comments. All righty. So the VI SBDC has more in store for our USVI small business community. You can visit our website at www.visbdc.org. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and subscribe to the VI SBDC YouTube channel for new uploads of our webinars. We encourage you to download the complimentary VI SBDC app on your mobile device from the appropriate app store. So let me segue into displaying our redesigned website so I can show you how you can access trainings and even on-demand webinars. So I'm sharing my screen. I hope you can see and follow. So with regards to training, we would like for you guys to go ahead here. You can click events and it will take you to where you can get into our eCenter Direct, which will display all of our events that we have coming up. But I just want to make a special notation. So if a webinar, a live event already concluded, and you want to go back and watch at your leisure, we have the on-demand format. So you would look at the event type, select search, and these are all the pre-recorded webinars that we have available for you to watch at a later time. Now, if you're looking forward to the events that we have coming up, you select live and you can see what's to come. So let me highlight a few of our events that we have coming up. On February 10th, we have Wayne Huddleston, our SBA Senior Area Manager. He's going to be presenting on disaster preparation and mitigation for your business. The time to plan is now. He returns on Tuesday, February 17th, and the session will be entitled Growing the USVI Manufacturing Sector with SBA Resources. We have our VI Apex State Director, Frank Dixon. He returns on February 19th at 11 a.m. And that session is entitled Building Past Performance, Winning Government Contracts When You're Just Starting Out. On the 24th, we have our SBA District Office returning. They're going to be presenting on financing solutions for exporters. And we want to make mention of our upcoming tax basics for USVI small businesses. That's happening on February 25th. Our IRB team will be here to present that two-hour session. And so we want you to go ahead and navigate the training portal to see what sessions we have that would apply to your business that you can participate in. So Mr. Dixon did mention that we have a USVI Government Contracting and Matchmaker Summit coming up. This is going to occur both on St. Thomas and St. Croix. So go ahead to our training portal. Make sure that you have your parameters set so that you're able to see everything. We select all centers. Make sure you select all so that when you search, everything populates and you don't miss a beat. So there should be a sign up for St. Thomas and St. Croix as well. This is going to be an in-person event happening at the University of the Virgin Islands within both districts. So it's going to be at the 13D Innovation Center here on St. Thomas, and it's going to be at the UVI Great Hall on St. Croix. So let me just navigate back to the chat, make sure we're not missing any questions. Okay. So we have a question asking if the VI SBDC is offering current grants for small businesses. The short answer is no, because our function is not to offer grants, but we do want you to connect with us, be paired with an advisor, and you can discuss funding options for your small businesses. All righty. So I do believe we answered all of our questions. I don't see any more at this time. So I think it's safe to say it's a pleasure to always collaborate with your team at the VI Apex Accelerator. And so we look forward to hosting more of these events. We will continue this series that preps everyone for the in-person events happening on May 6th and 7th. So once again, to everyone in the audience, we thank you for your time and attendance. And on behalf of the entire VISPDC network, compliments of our Interim State Director, Ms. Karen Jones, we wish you a productive rest of the day. Take care.